Chapter 6. Understanding the Power of Feelings.
It is possible to live your life without ever being thrown about by negative feelings again. When you live from the awareness that you are, negative feelings won't affect you in the same way as they do now. The real you is pure happiness at all times and under all conditions. It can be hard to imagine that you can bring an end to negative feelings affecting you, but you will discover for yourself that you can.
Negative feelings are destructive. What we are is constructive.
Through practicing the methods shared in this book, I don't suffer from extreme negative feelings anymore. If any negative feeling appears, it's quite soft. I notice it immediately and it dissolves on the spot. Earlier in my life, I used to be thrown about by negative feelings as if I had just stepped into a hurricane. But after I discovered the secret, I became acutely aware of how I'm feeling from one moment to the next. And if you're aware of how you're feeling, it's just one more simple step, as you will discover, to dissolving negative feelings for good. When you are free of all negative feelings, what remains is the infinite awareness that you are, and your life will be absolutely breathtaking.
Once you realize how effortless the highest way of life is, it takes tremendous effort to assume the opposite.
It helps to diminish their power over you if you understand what feelings really are. Feelings and thoughts and sensations are simply a movement of energy. Energy vibrates, which means feelings, like thoughts, also vibrate. Different feelings vibrate at different frequencies. Good feelings vibrate at higher frequencies, and they're very beneficial to the body and positively affect the circumstances surrounding your life. Your positive feelings also benefit all other beings and the planet as a whole. Negative feelings vibrate at low frequencies, and they're detrimental to the body, to your life circumstances, other beings, and the planet. But where do feelings come from in the first place? Thoughts create feelings. The kinds of thoughts you have will create the same kinds of feelings. After having happy thoughts, you feel happy. And once you're feeling happy, it's not possible to have angry thoughts at the same time. Happy thoughts cause happy feelings, which cause more happy thoughts. Likewise, if you feel angry, that feeling has come from having had angry thoughts. Thoughts and feelings always match. Thoughts and feelings are two sides of the one coin. If a situation arises and you allow negative thoughts and feelings to take over you, you will likely continue to experience one thing going wrong after another in your day. However, when you feel good, your day will have one good thing following after another. What you feel inside will match precisely with what you experience in the world around you.
You now know that nothing comes into existence from the outside, and that everything first comes from thinking and feeling it on the inside. From The Secret.
Positive feelings.
Have you noticed that all good feelings require zero effort? When you're feeling good, you feel as light as a feather, and you feel as though you have an unlimited supply of energy. If you become sensitive to how you're feeling, you will notice the positive effect those good feelings are having on your body and mind. Feeling good doesn't mean you're like a cheerleader at a football game, jumping up and down with excitement. As you no doubt would have experienced, if you get overexcited, you dissipate all your energy and you're exhausted afterward. Feeling good is like how you feel at the end of a big day that went really well, or when you're chilled out on vacation, or when you've exercised hard, had a shower, and then sat down to enjoy dinner or your favourite show. You feel relaxed. you feel a sense of relief. You let go and you feel a peaceful happiness. You know those times when you say, this is nice. This is what feeling good feels like. If you could let go of your white-knuckle grip on life, you would automatically feel this good, because feeling good is your true nature. In fact, whenever you feel good, it means you must have let go of bad feelings, enabling good feelings to naturally appear.
Good feelings are to be enjoyed. They are the expression of joy and take us back to joy, which is our true nature. Just enjoy them. Be one with them.
Positive and good feelings are a result of saying yes to what is happening in life. Positive feelings come from yes, I want that. Yes, that would be nice. Yes, that's good. Yes, I love this. Or yes, that sounds great. There's not a problem with positive or good feelings. Happiness and good feelings, after all, come from awareness. Bask in good feelings. Milk them and fall in love with them.
Negative feelings.
Negative feelings are a result of you thinking or saying no about something that's happening. Negative feelings come from, no, I don't want this. It could be something hurtful a person said or did, someone disagreeing with you, or a circumstance, big or small, that didn't go the way you wanted, such as having an argument, running late, a health issue, a relationship breakup, mounting debt, losing your phone, heavy traffic, late deliveries, items out of stock, such as the weather too hot or too cold, issues with the government, late or cancelled flights, no parking spaces or long lines at the supermarket, bank or airport. When you think or say, no, I don't want this, it immediately causes resistance in you. And it's the resistance that produces the bad feelings. And then, as if it isn't enough that we resist a situation, we go ahead and resist the bad feelings as well. We find ourselves feeling even worse, trapped in a web of bad feelings, caused not actually by anything happening in the outside world, but by our own reactions. Our resistance to what is happening and our negative feelings not only hold the situation we don't want firmly to us, but also drain our body of energy and even impact our immune system.
Feeling sad about anything is holding on to it. Say, this is something I have to let go of, and immediately you will feel better.
Positive feelings are completely effortless because they're the true nature of awareness. We are made of positive feelings. We are made of joy, happiness, and love. Negative feelings require a huge amount of energy to maintain, and it's the reason why we're exhausted if we lose it during the day. A bout of negative emotion, such as when we lose our temper, will wipe us out, because it has taken so much effort and energy to build it up and sustain it. It takes effort because it's not who we are. When we feel any negative feelings, in that moment, we are fighting against who we are.
Me maintenance takes a lot of energy. Peter Lurie.
It takes a lot of energy to be a person. It takes no energy to be yourself.
After you let go of enough ego, you naturally feel the peace and joy of yourself.
Positive, good feelings occur naturally in the absence of negative feelings. You don't have to make any effort to have positive feelings. All you have to do is let go of bad feelings, and then you'll naturally feel happy and really good.
Love is effortless, and hate requires much effort.
Buried feelings.
Much of the emotional burden you now carry began life as a pushed-away feeling.
From the time we were young children, we have unconsciously suppressed countless bad feelings, which are now stored in our subconscious mind. The bad feelings remain buried in the subconscious mind, diminishing our energy and our life. All of that energy is trapped in the body, and it's this trapped energy that plays havoc on the body's health and on the circumstances of our life. Bad feelings or negative feelings are the only feelings we suppress and bury. And so suppressed feelings and negative feelings are actually the same thing. The anger that you feel when you get angry is the very same suppressed anger coming from deep inside you. In addition, suppressed negative feelings have many negative thoughts attached to them, which are the thoughts that made us feel bad in the first place, as well as all the thoughts we've had ever since that are connected to the negative feeling. The thoughts that are attached to the suppressed negative feeling keep us trapped in the mind by continually recycling themselves, detrimentally affecting our life and preventing us from realizing our true self. Babies and children under about 3 years of age don't suppress emotions because they're naturally living in their true nature of awareness, so they automatically let go of emotions. It's the reason why you see babies and toddlers go from tears to smiles and laughter in seconds. They don't resist any emotion.
By the time we are labeled adults, we are so good at suppressing that most of the time it is totally second nature. We become as good or better at suppressing as we originally were at letting go. In fact, we have suppressed so much of our emotional energy that we are all a little like walking time bombs. Often we don't even know that we have suppressed our true emotional reactions until it's too late. Our body shows signs of stress-related illnesses. Our shoulders are stuck in our ears. Our stomach is in knots. Or we have exploded and said or done something that we now regret.
When you have a negative experience that causes bad feelings, unless you let go of the bad feeling completely, it ends up being pushed down and suppressed inside you. Even when you might think that you got something off your chest, or that the situation that upset you was resolved, unless you specifically let go of the negative feeling, it will remain with you, suppressed in your subconscious mind.
The expression of negative feelings allows just enough of the inner pressure to be let out so that the remainder can then be suppressed. This is a very important point to understand. For many people in society today believe that expressing their feelings frees them from the feelings. The facts are to the contrary. Dr. David R. Hawkins.
So, letting off steam or venting isn't the answer. That will just add more energy to our already suppressed emotion, because expressed feelings get suppressed too. Sometimes we also deliberately repress our bad feelings, and they also are pushed down into the subconscious. We deliberately repress our emotions when we push aside feelings that make us uncomfortable, like grief and sadness, or when we stifle feelings like anger.
Suppression is keeping a lid on our emotions, pushing them back down, denying them, repressing them, and pretending they don't exist. Any emotion that comes into awareness that is not let go of is automatically stored in a part of our mind called the subconscious. A big part of how we suppress our emotions is by escaping them.
Imagine you have a disappointing experience with a family member or friend. Your opinion is that the person let you down and you're disappointed in them. That feeling of disappointment remains suppressed within you, and the pressure of the trapped emotional energy builds up until some of it has to be released. The suppressed disappointment has to find an outlet to take some pressure off the body, so it will find people, circumstances, or events that will disappoint you, enabling some of its built-up energy to be released. This applies to every negative feeling that you have ever suppressed, And most of us have suppressed the whole gamut of negative feelings. If you've felt it, you've suppressed it. If you ever feel annoyed, then you know that annoyance was already suppressed inside you. If you didn't have it suppressed inside you already, you wouldn't be able to feel annoyed about anything. So, anytime you feel annoyed, it's the original annoyance that you felt and suppressed that's coming out. And it's the case with every negative feeling, whether that be anger, frustration, irritation, revenge, hate, depression, grief, despair, jealousy, guilt, shame, impatience, disillusionment, disappointment, aggravation, or being overwhelmed. Unfortunately, we suppress many negative feelings as children because in our innocence, they were too hurtful for us to handle. And then as life went on, it became a habit to push our feelings away instead of letting them be. So we've likely all had a lifetime of suppressing or repressing bad feelings. Your mind will cover up the true cause of a bad feeling by using projection to convince you that your feeling was caused by something in the world.
The mind blames events or other people for causing a feeling and views itself as the helpless, innocent victim of external causes. They made me angry. He got me upset. It scared me. World events are the cause of my anxiety. Actually, it's the exact opposite. The suppressed and repressed feelings seek an outlet and utilize the events as triggers and excuses to vent themselves. We are like pressure cookers ready to release steam when the opportunity arises. Our triggers are set and ready to go off. In psychiatry, this mechanism is called displacement. It is because we are angry that events make us angry. Dr. David R. Hawkins.
Don't you feel exactly like a pressure cooker when a bad feeling like anger sweeps over you strongly and really fast? If you know of someone who suffers from frequent anger, it means that they've suppressed a lot of anger, most likely in the earlier years of their life. They're also sure to believe that it's other people or circumstances that bring on a bout of their anger. But most definitely, it's their suppressed anger that is the sole cause.
The real source of stress is actually internal. It is not external, as people would like to believe. The readiness to react with fear, for instance, depends on how much fear is already present within to be triggered by a stimulus. The more fear we have on the inside, the more our perception of the world is changed to a fearful, guarded expectancy. To the fearful person, this world is a terrifying place. To the angry person, this world is a chaos of frustration and vexation. To the guilty person, it is a world of temptation and sin, which they see everywhere. What we are holding inside colors our world. If we let go of guilt, we will see innocence. However, a guilt-ridden person will see only evil. Dr. David R. Hawkins.
So, when you next experience a negative feeling sweeping over you, remember that no matter how it might appear to you, you're experiencing it because it is already inside you, not because an outside person or circumstance caused it. You would think we would have worked this out, wouldn't you? After all, it's clear from our experience that negative feelings arise from inside our body. Not one of us has ever walked down a street and had to dodge negative feelings flying towards us. You'll never find a negative feeling outside of your body or anybody else's body. It is our reaction to a person, circumstance, or event that is the cause of negative feelings, not the actual person, circumstance, or event.
Honey, I shrunk myself.
Negative feelings are energized even further when we believe that a negative feeling is who we are. How can we be a feeling? Yet when we identify with a feeling, it means we have shrunk our infinite self right down. because we're allowing ourselves to be ruled by one puny little feeling.
Thoughts and emotions seem powerful because we give them energy. By letting them rise and fall of their own, they simply move on.
It is not true to say, I am sad. We should say instead, at this moment, a feeling of sadness is flowing through me. If we just let the feeling of sadness flow, we automatically and unknowingly take our stand in that which is not flowing.
Ask yourself, are you the feeling of sadness, or are you the one that's aware of the sadness? You're the one that's aware of the sadness. Were you here before the sadness came? I'm pretty sure you were. Will you still remain after the sadness leaves? I hope you will still be here. Will you lose a bit of yourself when the sadness goes? I sure hope not. Yes, you were here before the sadness came, and yes, you're here after it leaves, fully intact, because you are not sadness. Sadness is something you're aware of. It's not at all who you are. Don't let a feeling shrink you down to the size of a pea when you are the infinite being that holds the universe in place.
Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Rumi.
My teacher suggested that I question every negative feeling with, am I that? Or am I the one that is aware of it? This question immediately takes most of the power out of the feeling because it stops you from identifying with it.
See that thoughts and feelings are like a train that enters a station and then leaves. Be like the station, not like a passenger.
Notice that feelings appear and then disappear, and that it's you, awareness, that is aware of them when they first appear and aware of them when they disappear.
Negative feelings are in you, not in reality. Never identify with that feeling. It has nothing to do with the I. Don't define your essential self in terms of that feeling. Don't say, I am depressed. If you want to say it is depressed, that's all right. If you want to say depression is there, that's fine. If you want to say gloominess is there, that's fine. But not, I am gloomy. You're defining yourself in terms of the feeling. That's your illusion. That's your mistake. There is a depression there right now. There are hurt feelings there right now, but let it be. Leave it alone. It will pass. Everything passes. Everything.
Say to your mind, get as worked up or depressed as you want. I'm only ever going to observe or ignore you, but I'm not going to join you.
It's an inside job.
Imagine a patient who goes to a doctor and tells him what he is suffering from. The doctor says, very well, I've understood your symptoms. Do you know what I will do? I will prescribe a medicine for your neighbor. The patient replies, thank you very much, doctor. That makes me feel much better. Isn't that absurd? But that's what we all do. The person who is asleep always thinks he'll feel better if somebody else changes. You're suffering because you are asleep, but you're thinking, how wonderful life would be if somebody else would change. How wonderful life would be if my neighbor changed, my wife changed, my boss changed.
Don't expect people, circumstances, and events to change for you to feel better, because none of them ever will. You'll never be happy if you wait for the world to change according to your desires or your expectations. To change how you feel in any given moment is always an inside job.
We spend all our time and energy trying to change external circumstances, trying to change our spouses, our bosses, our friends, our enemies, and everybody else. We don't have to change anything. Negative feelings are in you. No person on earth has the power to make you unhappy. Nobody told you this. They told you the opposite.
Negative feelings are self-inflicted. We're the ones who cause our own stress and upset. As much as we would like to think that our stress and upset are inflicted upon us from the world around us.
The actions of others do not have the power to grant you or deny you peace. Jack O'Keefe.
No event justifies a negative feeling. There is no situation in the world that justifies a negative feeling. That's what all our mystics have been crying themselves hoarse to tell us. But nobody listens. The negative feeling is in you. Anthony DeMello.
It's good news that we inflict negative feelings on ourselves, because it means we have the power to stop doing it. And when we suffer enough with those bad feelings, we will want to find a way out. Nothing teaches us to look for a way out more than unhappiness and being miserable. Even better news, there's a simple way to end bad feelings for good.
Chapter 6. Summary.
When you are free of all negative feelings, what remains is the infinite awareness that you are, and your life will be absolutely breathtaking. Thoughts create feelings. The kind of thoughts you have will create the same kind of feeling. What you feel inside will match precisely with your experience in the outside world. Feeling good is your true nature. Whenever you feel good, it means you must have let go of bad feelings, enabling good feelings to naturally arise. Positive and good feelings are a result of saying yes to what is happening in life. Negative feelings are a result of thinking or saying no about what is happening in life. Positive feelings are completely effortless because they're our true nature. Negative feelings require a huge amount of energy to maintain. From the time we were children, we have unconsciously suppressed countless negative feelings where they're now stored in our subconscious mind. When you have a negative experience that causes bad feelings, unless you let go of the negative feeling completely, it ends up being pushed down and suppressed inside you. Letting off steam or venting isn't the answer. That will just add more energy to our already suppressed emotion, because expressed feelings get suppressed too. A suppressed feeling will find an outlet to take some pressure off the body, so it will find people, circumstances, or events to enable some of its built-up energy to be released. When you next experience a negative emotion sweeping over you, remember that no matter how it might appear to you, you're experiencing it because it is already inside you, not because an outside person or circumstance caused it. Negative feelings are energized even further when we believe that a negative feeling is who we are. Question every negative feeling with, "Am I that? Or am I the one that is aware of it?" Notice that feelings appear and then disappear, and that it's you, awareness, that is aware of them coming and going. Don't expect people, circumstances, and events to change for you to feel better. To change how you feel in any given moment is always an inside job.